Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. We're push and play here. We have so much stuff to do today, and a lot of it is revolving around water. We did quite a bit of hunting for geysers last time around, and we were very successful, one of our biggest successes here. And, there were a few things we learned too. So, we've got quite a bit of piping being prepared to, as we're hoping to pull some of the natural gas up top to the top of the base to kind of help us out over here as we struggle with power production. We set up some systems to solve some issues, but you can see here that they're not doing too hot in regards to the coal production. So, we do have a hydrogen geyser over here, a hydrogen vent that could be used, but not quite sure if that's, is that, do we start taking from there now? Holy shit, there's quite a bit of hydrogen over there, actually. Wow. Maybe we do set up you can set up a pump here and pump it down. But one of the biggest things that I noticed right when I signed in was pressure issues for a lot of these plants, and that is because we have very bad breathability in the base. For the longest time, we've had decent breathability, but we've really pushed our luck. We've really pushed our luck recently, and what I think we need to do is put in another electrolyzer. Although I am seeing that we could build a rust deodorizer. I don't feel like I have an abundance of rust. Let me just see here. 200 kilograms. Not a whole lot. Would be an interesting idea, but for now, I think we're kind of stuck using an electrolyzer. And I was going to put another one in right here, but I have a feeling liquid ports cannot overlap. I have a feeling it's just a bad call there. So let's just see. Let's put one right here for now, and I'll put it on a 9. We'll get them to urgently do it. Actually, we'll make them do it right away. What is being built out of copper? That's fine. And choosing a blueprint, let's grab some food to make up for the fact that we're struggling a little bit in the food department. I'll just leave it on a 9 normal. And we'll build 2 pipes into it, and then as per electricity, conductive wire? We'll do conductive wire, and guess what? Lead is very likely going to be what we make most of our conductive wire be. I kind of noticed earlier on last episode that conductive wire was really what I should be doing, and we're gonna begin the process. We're gonna start moving in that way as well. So we're gonna let them do quite a bit of things before, after, and during. But we're really gonna make this a reality today too. So a lot of big moves. I think a lot of good moves as well. But it's a big plan. It's a big thing that we're working towards, because lead, it has a lower overheat temperature, so as long as you keep it outside of most high temps, you're totally fine, is pretty well what I read online. So that's the plan. We're going to do that, and hopefully these new changes will be beneficial to us, and we'll have a system that's a little more balanced, we'll say. As well, we really did need hydrogen or oxygen production, so hopefully this being here really does help us out, but it does mean that water is consumed more. So that's a big problem as we're continuing to see. Water is not, it's kind of staying level, but having added that in, it's probably going to be a problem, realistically. So, really happy. Holy shit, they're actually doing an amazing job with the those pipes there, or with the power, so that's good. What I'm going to do next is let's set up their bedroom. We're gonna deconstruct some stuff here. We need more bedrooms set up as well. So it's been another problem. We really need them to, you know, build some more rooms because people are living in squalor, basically, is what we'll say. So let's just set that up for them. Actually, it should really just be granite that we build this out of. That would make the most sense, right? Alright, back and granite. So this is another one of those things that we've been really planning to do for a while and just haven't gotten to yet. There we go. And let's deconstruct. There's quite a bit in here to deconstruct. What electrical item? Oh, that. Okay. Yeah, so we'll get them to dig this whole thing out too, and that can be on a 7, so they get that done. So while they're doing that, they're all digging that out and having a good old run there. I'm just gonna look at some of this because I have this set up. They're not allowed to go over there unless there's oxygen. Right, and I don't really want to set up a separator, but if I have to, I have to. Let's just do it over here. Let's figure this out, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, so we've got a plan set up, so it will sort itself pretty good here. If you see, we'll have it kind of sort out there and into there, and then it's coming out of here. So it's unfortunate we're gonna be dumping kind of random stuff in this room, but it is what it is. Like, you know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. So what are they idle? What's going on? Workplace pleasant chit chat. No, I don't have any notifications saying that they're idle, so I guess we'll leave it as is. Now, I will admit that is not a good look for me. Oh, but this is a very good look. So we've got natural gas again. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. That is almost running full bore. Interesting. How is the liquid going? 32. Well, unfortunately, that is necessary. I did also want to set up a little bit better cooling in the base. A lot of this is 27, which is perfectly normal. This is a little bit too hot, and it should really be dealt with over there. But let's take another gander over here real quick and see the electricity. So for the most part, good. We're gonna deconstruct this wire. And is this one's not on 2, but it could be, right? What is the load? Potential load 3, Jesus. And then that one's that. So what is this one? This whole line is the top 2, and its potential load is, okay, and this one's potential load here, is also quite high. But could I merge 2 of them? Let me see here. Okay, I can easily merge, actually, this one here that's on conductive wire and that one, because they're not really... Yeah, that's a really easy sell. Oh my god, okay, great. Oh, I'm so pleased, because no one's really using these very much. So that's totally fine. Right, actually, I don't even know if it needs to be... I don't even know if it needs to go that far. I could make the jump there. But this one would need to go like this. And then I would definitely want to... Oh, right. That is hooked up there for its own good. Okay. Let me do it this way. Actually, because then I could do the jump here, do a heavy conductive bridge there, run the line there, and then attach them together over here. Let me just do conductive wire, and we'll make them do the work, and then we'll figure it out after. Because yeah, I could deconstruct this and then deconstruct all of that. Okay, good, I'm satisfied. They're doing really good work over here. Is there any polluted oxygen? Is that a problem? not really a huge issue. What I may do is actually put in another deodorizer here to clear it out. I just removed a deodorizer down there. I really hope it doesn't move downwards. Conductive wire. Let's put this on a... Put the conductive wire on a 9. Hopefully the carpeted tile can just be a 5 or something. Hopefully they don't. Actually, let's put it down to a 4. So that they do the other stuff first. Steve, did you go over here and take a bunch of damage again? Why is Steve always injured? He's a little shit, that one. He does silly shit all the time. How is the pressure? Amazing! Breathability has greatly improved across the base. That is what we like to see. It's been a stressful time, for sure. Has been a very stressful time. I do want to set up that for breathable gas. And then they are actually doing a really good job hooking this up. I'll actually set it to a 9 so that they do it a little quicker. And again, we're just consuming even more electricity all the time. It's always more electricity. So there we go. Okay, we are go. We are go. Look at that. Beautiful. So that'll sort through there. It's going to start filling that up. Beautiful. Bedrooms are kind of underway as we work on the polluted oxygen, which is now completely removed. Is that polluted oxygen? Son of a bitch. Some got down there. Okay. And there's polluted oxygen up here. Why? Oh, that. Okay. At least it's getting halted, actually, by both of those. But really, I should put something there to prevent it. But okay, that's fine for now. So this can now go to a 9. We could actually deconstruct that, but I'll leave it there for now. We're going to dig this out a little bit here. And I'll put this up at an 8. And we'll put this at a 9 so they get that done. Beautiful. Okay, so that's wonderful. And looking at this, the water's still staying the same, so that's really nice. It's good to see a little bit of benefit there, a little bit bonus, not bonus, but a little bit of confidence. Why is there crude oil in here? Please, please clean that up. Please clean. What did I do? I have a very bad habit of doing this. I have a very, very, very bad habit of causing this an issue. Someone please fix that. That is a relatively urgent task to do. Oh my gosh. I'm a mess when it comes to this stuff. I am a little mess. Please clean up this whole ordeal here. Oh my god. This is an urgent task though. Please, please weeboo that one. That would be good. Okay. We will fast forward a bit. Whoops. We'll fast forward a bit and be back once we've sorted some stuff. So, of course, the power tripped overnight because of that little flaw I had there. And we had no petroleum to power the system. So, thankfully, we've got petroleum up and running. We've got a little bit of coal up and running. And I would really, really, really like to take these off and turn them off soon. I might actually disable the buildings just because we're going through coal so much and I'd really, really, really just rather not have them on. And I'm sure I could flick some switches and stuff there too, and eventually I will be doing that, but at this present moment, that's not what I want to do. So oxygen, let's just see, breathability is significantly better. It's working its way. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do now. Let's take a look at this power. Let's see, it's probably time that I can attach both of those together. We will make them do the conductive bridge there. Actually, it can be out of, can I cancel that? Cancel. We're gonna do it out of lead, obviously, because that is a big guy today, big boy. I don't know. That's what we're using. And conductive wire. terribly stressful to do this. It is breaking the system a little bit. We're just going to... I need a couple things deconstructed here. The wire bridge, deconstruct, please, quickly. And then I'm going to cut this here. And then cut it here. And that should do the trick. Beautiful. Okay, so we got a lot of deconstruction to do now. And there we go. So deconstructing all of the wiring we don't need here is very important. And then let's just review the power. It has a potential load of about 4,000, which is absurd. And hopefully we never actually have to use all 4,000, but it exists as a problem. And currently, what else could what does this one down here have a load of? Ew, combining those two would be about 3,000. Which is a little bit stressful. And I mean, I could hook up all of this, because thankfully a lot of that is actually already hooked up. I feel like hooking these things up to proper wires would also be beneficial. But there it is. There it is for now. The other thing is that unfortunately this doesn't really show where we would generate power. And I know there was talk about, you know, how helpful or not helpful power is on, like, solar power is on here. It's apparently not particularly great. So we're gonna likely not be, you know, using solar power, unfortunately. We could potentially use geothermal, basically. I don't know exactly how it would work, but there is a little bit of option here with an exchange. And then what the fuck happened over here? Why is there so much crude oil all of a sudden? Something melted here? Something blow up? I don't understand what went wrong. Because now this is mixing with petroleum. I'm confused. I am confused. Somebody dig that out. Let's actually... Well... yeah, we'll let that do its thing. I will actually dig up one. We're going to dig this out. And there is a need to dig upwards for that one and dig downwards for that. So what I'm going to do, we'll put a ladder down here. And put a ladder up right here. We're going to just cancel the dig of both sides. And I think actually we could dig that one and that one. And I don't know, is anybody gonna... Okay, he's zooming. Good, it's not very healthy down here. And there's still all of these... I love how they're just kind of intermittently building them out. They've actually done a... Sorry, let's take a look. They've done a pretty good job building that out, so good for them. Really wasn't what I was expecting, actually, so interesting. That's what has happened thus far. I think what I'd like to do with this next is take the ventilation, still using the, you know, the same stuff, go up into here, and probably bridge in to the line, like here, and that's totally fine on my end. Boom, and then, yeah, we're gonna need to bridge here as well. So, yes, bridge like that. Idleness, yes, I see that. And then this will actually need to be a insulated tile. So I'm going to do... Damn, igneous rock. We don't have very much of it left. I'm going to put that on a 9 just so that they do it sooner rather than later. I just need to turn this on, unfortunately, because we have selected a new... Oh, material study terminal. It actually has some extra stuff. So I've selected a research here for the miniature pipes because pumps because I want to know maybe they will cost less energy. I'm not quite sure, obviously, but we'll see. We'll see. Now we're going to I'm really trying to figure out what exactly the best method of doing certain things is, especially over here. Steam is brutal down here. Totally fine, totally understandable. But I need to figure out how to, you know, do the next steps. Do the next steps of water. So it was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do today was deal with water and deal with some of the vents that we discovered. And I am concerned about a good portion of the process, sorry. Namely, I need to figure out what this is, and it's concerning that there's obsidian near it because it might not be what I'm expecting it to be. And then, you know, I have to go all the way down here and set up, you know, a pump and a lot of stuff. And every source of power that I currently have is not exactly consistent, you know? Like, hydrogen could be a good move, but that means I need to build out a bunch of hydrogen, a bunch of pipes for hydrogen, which is just brutal at this point. It would just be a very expensive endeavor. It could be done. It could really be done, but it is not cheap, and also vent-wise, like, I think I would probably need a steel pump just to be safe. Whoops. Just to be safe, maybe a steel pump. In here, likely down here a little bit. And yeah, I guess I would need to do insulated pipes and maybe just granite. That would be the best I could do. It's shitty that I have to build with granite, but you know, there's only so much I can avoid. Also, you know what? I think it might be time to do this as well. Dig that out. Just because this doesn't make much sense anymore. I'll put this on an 8. We'll put this on an 8 just so it gets done. And then we're gonna have to put up some pipes. So basically what I'll do is I'll run the gas into the base and run it into the hydrogen gas pump here. Yeah, and natural gas. How much plastic have I made? A lot. Okay, good. Petroleum's not doing too well. Let's actually just turn that off for a second, because I don't really need to be doing anything with that. We'll take that out too. Okay. So the electricity is still tripping. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to turn this back on. Wasn't what I wanted. I really didn't want to have to use more petroleum. But if I'm being forced to, it's gonna happen, you know? It's better to use up a little bit of, you know, waste a little petroleum than completely screw ourselves over in the long run. We need petroleum. We need a better supply. And, you know, we've had a lot of success, I think, so far with power in the last episode or so. So I'm really hoping that, oh wow, they've been making moves down here. I'm really hoping that what we're currently up to will move us in the right direction. Oh, there's another one over here. All right, so we've given them quite a lot of things to work on. One of them being this pathway here. No electricity being sent over yet, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I had to set the ventilation up such that everything needs to be an insulated pipe. So we're gonna set it up such that it performs that way. It does a good job, and that is the general idea. Now, that is not the priority. They're gonna kind of, anybody who's idle can probably work on that stuff in the base, but there is quite a significant amount that's over here that's going to need to be done, unfortunately, and quite a significant amount of electricity that's going to need to be run as well. So that has not been set up either. But I think what we're going to need to do, we're going to actually use a little bit of gold, unfortunately, for this. It is just the way that it is. We'll use 10 for now. Well, maybe a little bit more than 10. That much. And then everything else will be simply lead again. And I'm going to just hook it up to this system. Why not? And it'll get done at some point. I've got them more urgently making the bedrooms. Not that that is actually a more urgent task, but... you know, it is what it is. It's how I have things set up at the moment. So we're gonna get them to deconstruct a few things that are, you know, not as good in this area. But bedrooms are being made, and I'm quite pleased about it. We will be, you know, having these extra rooms set up will be great. They're actually dealing with that faster than I anticipated, mostly because it's not tall enough. Let's actually cancel that. Not tall enough, so we're not going to do it. We will deconstruct those. And you will need to put in carpet later on. Grand. Mistakes were made. It's all good, though. It's all good. So we'll just put that in. So you have an idea. We're continuing to build the bedrooms. Still don't know what exactly to do about the thimble reeds here, because I do have a pretty good stock of reed, but you know, we do need more. Oh, look at that. The water is actually climbing up despite the fact that we've got 3 of these now and a bunch of those. How's the breathability? Terrible dog shit. Absolute dog shit everywhere else in the base. Mostly because these things are being built, unfortunately. It's just the way of the world. I don't actually need to build those. Oh, I should build these though. Let's have those get built. I'm gonna put those on an 8 priority. How has my guy Steve been doing in research? He's been doing okay. All right, fine. So that's that. Now, there's only so much I can get them to do simultaneously. So let's just see. Did they do anything down here? No. So I'm going to let them run around for a minute, and then we'll be back once we've got a few items kind of checked off here. Alrighty, so I've gotten them to do a few things. You know, these rooms are kind of mostly set up-ish, and then I've got them... I had them build this. It's because I was looking at the base and I was like, there is a, you know, the carbon dioxide is actually really sneaking in to the base from literally over here because of the singular coal generator. So I figure, why not set this up here, absorb some, you know, more carbon dioxide, and then off we go. And I've got to set up such that it's, you know, feeding into this system, which is fine, I suppose. And it's just taking water from the main system as well. So it's set up in that way. So it is effective in that regard. Not perfect, but it'll do the trick. Now, there is a lot going on that I'm not happy about. Namely, this is quite warm. This is very hot, actually. I didn't realize how bad it was. I should probably run some more cooling down in this area, but I might run the risk of further petroleum problems. Oh heavens, the system is not even... Please hold. This should be able to do that actually, and then I should be able to cut it there, and that system should be able to now connect here like that, I believe. And this should, I think I had set this up to do this, and I just hadn't executed the full process yet. So that should now cool things a little bit more effectively over here, which will be great. Oh my gosh, it'll be phenomenal. This is a really cool area. I love it. I love that there's such a good temperature here, except, you know, there's going to continue to be temperature problems, clearly, everywhere else. How is that doing temperature-wise? Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Okay, so they've been running. They've been absolutely sprinting. I've had them doing a lot of hard work today. Let's just see here. Bedroom's still not complete. That's okay. I did say I was going to do water. It was all about water today, but not really doing that because we're trying to get hydrogen, bedrooms, and some electricity and piping sorted. I still think it's okay. You know, I still think we're dealing... Oh, beautiful. First of all, that is lovely. I think we're dealing with things in a really effective manner. I think we're making good progress. The oxygen levels have improved. This has been sorted. They're doing beautiful work. Let's come back once they've got all of this hydrogen piping set up. So it's been a minute. They have finally built the hydrogen gas pump system. And you know what I'm most impressed about is the temperature of this whole shebang. Because really, this makes very, very hot hydrogen. And my plan is to simply dump it across the base right into a hydrogen generator. At the moment, we can do it the way that we're doing it. But the big old plan will be requiring some more metal. So we need steel in order to make this work. And so we're currently setting ourselves up to be able to allow that. And I'm just actually pumping, we're pumping liquid into the system right now. And I might actually just, to be honest, snip this so that it doesn't go in there at all and block anything up. So it'll just feed right into there. I think we'll just do that for the time being so they can keep producing steel for a little while, because I'd be needing a lot of steel. Now, the fun thing about this is it is going to absolutely kill off all of the hydrogen that we throw in, and in fact, we're throwing in so much, it's too much. Which is really good in a lot of ways. And actually what I should do, since it's only 25 degrees, is I should really fill up this reservoir with that too. So let's do that at the same time. I feel like that is a wise choice on my part. A good old-fashioned decision. And there you go. See, so that will now produce 800 power, which is phenomenal. And I should be able to cut off, if I do this properly. Where's my piping? I should be able to cut this off right here. So there we go. That'll stop producing power. Perfect. And then we've got some things set up. Now, in this whole process, just by the way, you may have noticed that I set up some ventilation to go directly into here because I was having some problems. In that process, caused some problems, caused a few itty-bitty-witty problems. We'll call them tiny, tiny problems. And that would be that this whole area is now filled with a bunch of wacky gas. But it's okay. It's kind of sorting itself out. It's not perfect, but it is doing the trick. One thing I'll say is putting this here was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I should have done it way sooner. I didn't realize how effective it would be at just completely eliminating all of the carbon dioxide coming into the base. There is still some stuck in here. That's just kind of, unfortunately, we're going to be stuck with it for now until I figure out what I want to do with it. But, you know what, as a whole, not too displeased, you know. There is some good oxygen still in the base, and now I'm kind of setting it up so it'll sort again a little bit better. Now I would like to direct your attention to the new bedrooms, and I have an idea. Have a really interesting and odd idea, and it involves uranium and bubbles. I'm thinking about putting bubbles in this bedroom here and putting a storage container right there. And the point of the storage container would be to put uranium in it and see if it feeds bubbles. That's the biggest plan of the century. That is what I've got. That is my idea. It may not be perfect, but it is a plan. It is an idea. So there, yeah, that's the scheme. So hydrogen is set up. I'm so pleased about that. This is going to be such a great addition to the power supply. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. It's so good. 800 extra power, not using coal. Natural gas, kind of same situation here. Natural gas free. We're not piling much up though. It seems like we're doing not a bad job. It's just it doesn't seem like there's much being stored. So, really pulling natural gas from all the way down here would be the next logical step to do. But before the end of the episode, I would really like to figure out what else we're dealing with in these areas. So we're going to go with 9s there for priority. We're going to fast forward our way forward. And then there was also, I was digging a little bit down here. They were quite rambunctious and excited about it. I didn't actually tell them to do this at a high level at all. I think it was level 5 or something. But they lost their shit and decided they wanted to do it. So here we are. Now, what I will say here as well is we'll load it up on a 9. There we go. And then I want to point we'll let them do that. While they do it, just before I, skip ahead, there is still this that we can deal with, and there's still the water to deal with. Now, what I've noticed is it just actually isn't quite necessary to deal with the salt water at this time. This geyser has really been, or this steam vent has really been holding its own for a while. It's been pretty successful, to be honest. So I'm quite pleased with that. And I think I would actually pull from this before I began pulling from this, because I'm not actually using as much water as I was expecting. So go us. I will say temperature is, a problem as per usual. It's not terrible, but I would like to continue to adjust, because these are not, it's not cooling down exactly how I was expecting. And I mean, actually, there are a couple of gaps, eh? Are there any gaps? There may not be gaps. Oh, there are a couple. But maybe I'll load in some more petroleum. I'm not quite sure. It's at 9 degrees. It comes in at about 19 and it leaves at about 9. So it could be that we need to set up a second system, which is totally fine. Could be done. And yeah, I'm just considering building out bigger systems over here. It's nice. This wall is nice and straight here. Also, I'm seeing some uranium ore here as well, and some wheezeworts. Just thinking things over out loud. Anyway, we'll be back once they've dug everything out. Alrighty, so they have, it's taken a little bit of time. We're all the way on cycle 454. I don't know what exactly we started on at. But, it took them some time, and what I've uncovered here is, unfortunately, a minor volcano. So, we're going to leave it alone. I don't think I want to deal with a volcano. I don't really see the exact purpose of magma at the moment. And there's plenty down below that I can deal with if I really wanted to. Also, somebody needs to pee, and I don't know who. Bubbles is the one who needs to pee. Hello, Bubbles. Please do not pee on the floor. Please go to the bathroom. Run, 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 run. There you go. Good job, Bubbles. Bubbles made it, and Bubbles is really upset about... Oh, good. Okay, Bubbles is happy. So, yeah, magma volcano or minor volcano, not something I want to engage with at the moment. Down below, we found the 2 others, and one of them is an aluminum volcano, which I think could be good. Or a, and a hot polluted oxygen vent. Don't really think I want to deal with that. That feels like it is just an abundantly terrible idea to use. So we're very likely not going to be touching that one. What I may do though is use the aluminum volcano. That is a high probability. What I will have to do though, molten aluminum, yikes. It'll be blasting heat. Holy shit, that's gonna be significant for sure. We're gonna explore that as an idea. I'm a little worried about it, so I may not open it up yet, but what I will do is kind of prep ourselves here, and then we might go further exploring this way, but it is taking them a really long time to commute down, and so it may be time to begin exploring the transit tubes. You know, they're not perfect, but they're certainly an interesting idea. As well, you know, I could set up an additional bathroom maybe up here instead of having it down here, and then have a transit tube down there and down this way. So yeah, it's an idea, it's a thought. Transit tube gateway, I don't exactly understand. Allows duplicants to enter the transit tube system. Bonk. And then up down, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is that. Those are the systems we've got in place. I'm pretty pleased with, you know, how things went today. Sure, some things didn't necessarily go perfect as to plan, and some things certainly took a long time, such as this little system here. But the temperature is good, the temperature of the gas is good, and it's certainly adding to the system. And look at that, full gas reservoirs. I cannot argue with that. That is a really great, really beneficial system. Super duper pleased. And, you know, at the end of the day, we're making good progress. Now, the next moves I've got in store, like I said, the water might be a good thing to start focusing on, just so we've got it set up and we're kind of ready to move in that direction to make sure we're golden. And then there's also this crude oil that could be added into the system. Looking at the other geysers and vents that are hidden around, and cleaning up a little bit, because we've had things be very messy for a very long time, and it could be a good opportunity for us to finally start tidying some areas, and maybe even moving towards, you know, progress up top, progress up into space, setting something up, getting some of this regolith, and really moving ourselves in a solid direction that way. So we might have some fun testing next time around. I'm very excited. I'm very pleased, and it's going great. So if you folks did enjoy this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to leave any comments with tips, hints, or suggestions down below. I always appreciate what you folks have to say. You're always super duper helpful, and you really help point me in the right direction. It's fantastic. So please use the comments below. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.